by first acknowledging the members of the Reopening Advisory Board. On behalf of our entire administration, we are incredibly grateful to all of you and your work. This plan required a tremendous amount of thought, planning, and preparation by the board. In the many hours and days that we worked together, our process was deep and diverse and consisted of a collective group of voices that engaged in a productive dialogue to lay out this plan. This board consisted of an extremely talented group of dedicated people. And as we met with associations and businesses and residents, the members of the board were engaged and compassionate and ensured a variety of voices were listened to and were at that table. Our work also would not have been possible without an extensive municipal engagement. From officials at the local level all across our Commonwealth, we are thankful for the direct involvement of the many mayors and town managers who advised us and worked with us. And while we have made clear that the public health data and guidance will dictate the timeline of moving into new phases, it is important that we continue to listen to and support our businesses across this Commonwealth. Specifically, we have established a new restaurant, accommodations, and tourism work group consisting of industry representatives and municipal leaders that we will continue to have discussions with to help us determine the industry-specific protocols for meeting our safety standards. This group will help us shape the guidance that will allow these industries to reopen, and when the data allows for it, they will do so safely and with in mind the need to continue to fight the virus. As the Governor said, we will continue to support the business community as they implement the mandatory workplace safety standards for reopening that we announced last week. Businesses operating to provide essential services will have until May 25th to comply with these mandatory safety standards. Businesses newly opening in Phase 1 must comply with these standards before they open. And as we reopen and keep fighting COVID-19, we are providing 3 areas of guidance for each sector, industry, and business to follow. You've heard us talk about the general social guidance, covering, washing, and distancing. And for businesses, the mandatory safety standards for their workplace and the sector-specific safety protocols and best practices about how to meet those standards. The sector-specific guidance and recommended best practices aim to reduce the risk of COVID-19 transmission in specific industries so that each industry safely reopens. Businesses are expected to implement these protocols, and in addition to the general mandatory workplace standards. So the standards and the protocols and the best practices are offered to help businesses comply. Starting today, the materials for the businesses and sectors eligible to open in the first phase are included on the Reopen Massachusetts website at mass.gov/reopening. Each sector will have access to a sector circular. It's a document, a resource which will include specific mandatory safety standards and recommended best practices and social distancing, hygiene protocols, staffing and operations, and cleaning and disinfecting for each sector. They will also have access to a sector checklist included in the circular and developed to serve as a guidance for employers and businesses of all sizes as they adjust their operations. The administration will require businesses to self-certify. And what that means is that businesses must develop a COVID-19 control plan outlining how its workplace will implement the safety standards in order to prevent the spread of COVID-19. These required materials are located on the Reopen Massachusetts website, and they include a COVID-19 control plan template. This is a draft. You do not need to reinvent the wheel. This is a place for you to start. You should use it. A compliance attestation poster demonstrating to your workforce and the public that you have incorporated these safety standards into your workplace, and a poster to show. And signs and posters describing the rules for maintaining social distancing, hygiene protocols, cleaning and disinfecting. Again, businesses in Phase 1 must complete these steps in order to open, and essential businesses that have been operating will be required to complete these steps by May 25th. These workplace safety standards will be jointly enforced by local boards of health, the Department of Public Health, and the Department of Labor Standards. We will work together with our partners at the local level to move forward through this process. Most enforcement actions may come from a worker or a customer who might initiate a complaint. But the goal with enforcement is to educate and promote compliance. We want workplaces to be safer and to incorporate these standards into their places of operation. And working with cities and towns, we will support our businesses and give them the tools they need to succeed as they make adjustments and welcome back their workers. And as we continue to move forward towards a new normal, we'll continue to post the guidance for sectors opening in later phases online and in advance, so as businesses in this time of uncertainty can prepare and plan for when that time comes. Governor Baker outlined what we can expect to see in phases, and it's important that we continue to each play our part and be cautious and careful as we together work to reopen so that we can move forward and not backwards. We will continue to follow the data to make determinations of gathering sizes, restrictions, and capacity limitations based upon the trends. And we know that many of our homegrown businesses in every corner of our state are suffering. We want to get everyone back up and running when it's appropriate to do so, based on the public health metrics outlined today. And it bears repeating that Massachusetts has been one of the hardest hit states in our country, right behind New York and New Jersey, and we must be cautious and vigilant as we reopen.